Okay, this is Gamer Blave, and we are back with another episode of Horizon Zero Dawn. If you missed the last episode, then that one was pretty intense, guys. That was pretty intense. We went and we disabled the enemy's communications, and, well, a lot more happened in that one than just that. And if we go into all of that, I mean, we encountered Hades. Well, guys, quite a bit actually went down in that. And if you want to get all of the low down dirty on that one, and you did not see that one, then I definitely invite you to check that one out. In fact, the last few episodes we have been concentrating on story missions, so they have just been jam-packed with really important stuff. So I definitely invite you to check those out. If you have just been kind of hopping in and out throughout the series, then the last few have really been the ones in particular to see. Ooh, our medicine pouch is actually full for once. Anyway, so on the note, or in the spirit, continuing in the vein of, maybe that's the way to put it, with our story missions here, we are going to be going on the next one. So now that we've disabled the communications, we are able to actually go in and attack, or at least infiltrate, the Citadel, right? So this is the main place where Eclipse and where they're hanging out. So at least theoretically. So we're gonna go there and see if we can get in. And now at least I don't know if I would consider this to be an advantage, but at least now they have a little bit of a disadvantage. So let's go ahead and see where this is. We're gonna head up here, get to this campfire. That's about the closest we can get to it. Now, I did grab these two skills here with our 3 skill points that we had left over. I'm not super excited about those in particular. I mean, I guess this one's nice because we have been dropping a bunch of junk, and it'd be better to salvage them than just drop it. But this is the one that I'm looking for, right? I want that hoarder skill because, guys, I am kind of something of a hoarder. I didn't mean to get out of there. So we want to go here, and then we're just going to travel up to Sunfall, bing bang boom, and see what we can do here. See what we can do. This is going to be some, I got a feeling this one's going to be pretty intense, guys. Of course, the last one was pretty intense, and the one before that, if I'm not mistaken, the one before that was there was a lot of exposition in it, but I have a feeling this one's going to be a little bit more than just exposition. Could be wrong. All right, what do we got going on up here? Now, the last time we were up here, I think that there were some of those rock throwers, and I gotta be perfectly honest, those guys scare me a little bit. I could be wrong. I don't think we've actually fought any of those guys yet. I think I've run away from those guys pretty much every time that we have encountered them. Yes, I require a mount. Yeah, this is just desolate land. We don't have any road or anything like that. But we should just be able to... I'm going to try to skedaddle on through here. And just see if we can avoid as much of this stuff as possible. Because, I mean, there are a lot of these guys out and about here. I'm going to go ahead and plop down a quick save up here. Once again, I don't know how close you have to get to these fires to be able to use them again. Because I've definitely been able to use some that I have not, like, actually quick saved at. I'm going to go ahead and resupply here a little bit.
Sunfall. The Milky Dran Summer Palace. A bold work of Karja might against the howling Forbidden West.
Thanks for the history lesson.
But they have no idea what lies beneath. We will learn much from this, Aloy.
That's what I'm hoping.
Okay, so I thought that there were a bunch of Shadow Karja here.
Is there for the rest of us?
But apparently I can just walk around freely here. Like, these people aren't just attacking me. There is a quest there that we could do. But, like, these people are not, like, instantly mad at me or anything. Yeah. I thought that this was the territory of the Shadow Karja. And I thought that the Shadow Karja were bad news. But I must have misinterpreted or misread something. Misheard something. Because this doesn't look like what's going on here.
Starvation, exile, angry machines.
Only the finest goods here.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get the free sample box for one, and then let's see if there's any junk that we have that we can unload on this guy. We got some turkey skin, which is highly, highly rare. I'm still in the market for some fox skin, because I think we need that to upgrade our we don't need that. Upgrade our modification satchel, I believe it was. But anyway, let's go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff. Just get rid of a few of these. I like that 33% damage there. That's pretty nice.
See for yourself.
I might at some point review a couple of my modifications on my weapons. That might be worth doing. Guys, I'm a little bit confused. I definitely had misread the signs. Well, they've got some kind of an arena here. Look at that.
The Sun Ring. A proud tradition of the Karja.
It's not like this in Meridian. At least, for the night.
Give them time. I'm sure they'd miss it.
How do I get down there? Whoa. Dang. Holy crap. Yeah, that behemoth is getting the job done. Wait, okay. That was where I came from. I guess.
Now we get to see if your attack on their focus network was entirely successful.
What are you talking about? Did I crash them?
Success. Welcome to the Citadel, Aloy. I'll check back with you in a moment. Circulate.
Dude, look at that thing is just going nuts down there. What else was in there? Okay. I want up. I want up. I think the behemoth won. Yeah, these are Shadow Karja.
Outlanders, if you want to hear about today's bounties, head for the throne room. You're not going to make any shards by standing out here. Filthy mercenary bottom feeders.
Like, even
Even if it means having to listen to Bahama.
even without
What are you waiting around for, Outlander? Bounties are announced inside.
Even without their focuses, I would imagine that their focuses have shown the image of Aloy to, at least enough of them that, you'd want to go in disguise. But I don't know. Maybe I don't exactly know how that works. Just taking a quick peek-a-rooney. Do.
Savages now. Meanwhile, I haven't eaten in a day.
That guy sucks.
By the glory of the sun revealed. Behold, radiant Edaman, the one true Sun King, the light in shadow, whose will is light and whose light is law.
I command Lucius Bahavas to speak in my behalf.
By the will of radiant Edaman does the sun glare down mercilessly upon the traitor Uthid. To the hunter who brings his head to us shall go a bounty of 500 shards.
More prisoners than royalty, don't you think? Love your hair. You and I need to chat, little huntress. The green tent down in Shadowside. I'll be waiting.
Kind of busy.
And in doing so, demonstrated wanton disregard for the safety
We both know
of
you're
the
no killer for
king's
hire.
subjects.
Uthid is innocent. So come see
Go
me
forth then,
while there's still time to save
and
him.
do the will of the sun.
So, the way in I spoke of is right behind you.
You've got to be kidding.
Not at all. And you needn't worry about the Kestrels. They'll be too busy acting important to pay attention to you.
First time in the Citadel. Sun ring from on high.
But the Kestrels.
Well, why would we care about this Uthid guy anyway?
Want us to see this, boy?
Have we heard about him?
Go on. Fresh. Move.
This is insane.
Hardly.
Whoa.
It's a short drop from there.
Bloop. Yeah, this does not look... This looks totally bonkers. This looks in... Whoa. Yeah, short drop. Short freaking drop. Guys, I can't grab onto this to save my life. It was nice of them. We're gonna be here a minute. It was nice of them to give me this. How am I getting back up here? Oh, like it looks like we're going way down there. Because if you see, there's some footholds there, but I don't see how. Whoa. Okay.
The other side.
Oh gosh.
Look for a vent.
Gee whiz, guys. That was not the way to do that. I would have loved to have been able to do that. That looked like it would have been pretty cool, but I do not possess the finesse to pull that off. Wait, we're going down? Oh. Well, that's pretty funny. Okay. The guy, okay. Aloy, let go. Just let.
Wrung out in this heat. I see you've been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride.
Yeah, let's do this. I think we're good. We got what we need.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure, as year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan.
We're about to find out.
Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. Malfunction. Malfunction.
Are
Malfunction.
you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobeck here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
Now, this is what I find interesting. It's like, for some reason, the last... man, that's...
See, by now,
Whoa. Uh-oh.
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
All right, let's do this. But, okay, so what I find interesting is that the last two of these doors that scanned us kind of did confirm us as Elizabeth Sobeck.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
Okay, we will have a look around. But what I was going to say is it's interesting that when we were in Mother's Heart, that identiscan rejected us. It was like, no, there's something off about this. But then these other ones are like identity confirmed. So it is interesting that there is an anomaly. There's something different about these other scans, and then that particular scan is like, you know, can detect that we are not her. Okay, let's see. Another incident. From lounge staff to admin, another incident. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who serve on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators fluent in Polish, for example, security staff who can subdue enraged embryologists, for example, and dermal sedatives to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff, for example. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well-behaved, but we need help handling the exceptions to that rule. Please respond. Okay, so the people who are participating in the project are understandably on edge. And yeah, I mean, the stakes of this situation are high, so you would think that stress levels would be, you know, through the roof. We need support too. Okay. Reception staff, admin. So this is probably along the same lines. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing ZD candidates as they arrive at the facility. Many are frightened or confused. Some are highly agitated. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed to having information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translators. The Lang bots are not sufficient, and mild sedatives for the extreme cases. Any and all support would be welcome. Perhaps you could start by responding to one of these mails. Doesn't look like there's really... Oh, wait, what's this? Something... What's going on over here? Well, no, there's that, but this was picking something up. Secure containment hatch. Okay, so no, that was just the front door. Interesting. Okay, well, it looks like we've got everything from this little area here. I will take those.
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A
Yeah.
selection of beverages and snacks are available.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to sit and wait. Soundproofing. From lounge staff to admin, would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in the lounge. Just a thought. Okay, so I'm guessing VR1 is some kind of
Proceed into viewing room 1.
a place
Important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
a place where they are kind of explained the purpose of VR1. Well, that was kind of what that announcement was just saying. You know, you explain the purpose of your visit. And to that end, we've already, you know, they haven't explicitly said what Horizon Zero Dawn does or what Project Zero Dawn does, but we do know that it seems to be pretty horrific. Everyone who has commented on it is like, yeah, that's like, we can't do that, but then there's no other alternatives that are proposed, so people are probably like not wanting to do it because the implication is that it involves the death of an awful lot of people. Okay, restock or else. Okay, same people here. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of organic cucumber mint or blackberry sage varietals, I'm going to lose it. Please respond. And this time, no tempest in a teapot or steep demand jokes, okay? Okay, that's pretty funny. Now, we continue, guys.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
ZD-01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret superweapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a superweapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. 0 Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
My goodness.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
Yeah, the implication there was that the presentation was going to continue and Elizabeth Sobek was going to talk. But that did not happen. Or the presentation was corrupted.
They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
Alright, let's just massacre these people. I don't even care. Oh, shoot. You're dead. Okay, where are they? Doop. Doop. Okay, that guy is a heavy. So we're going to have to give him the big beans, if you know what I mean. He's got a big old weapon. But I'm not too concerned about it. If I'm being 100% honest here, guys. I do want to hit those. Well, actually, I guess we can just do it right now because those guys are pretty far away, aren't they? Let's go ahead and play that.
It's accurate, yes. So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people. They feed off them? Not just people. All organic matter. Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution.
Let her die.
Liquefy. Bloody biofuel. In a word, yes. Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here? No, Doctor. Please, tell him Tom Pike wants a word. Now, get off!
We're too close to that trap.
Doctor,
Now.
please!
The data points. What did they contain?
Take Pharaoh in here!
Okay, well, those guys were just chumps. We've got about 1 million of these data points in here, guys. Oh my goodness. They're kind of overwhelming us with this. Okay, so let's kind of look at some of these here.
Want to discuss? Whew. So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, there was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke? A tobacco cigarette. Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malkeet was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place. You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
So I guess they needed basically anyone who, I guess who had competence,
Previously worked
regardless of mental stability.
On the
chariot line self-replication routines? I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Hard pill for some of these people to swallow. Of course, that second guy, he just didn't seem like he had a care in the world.
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since 57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
Wow. Just wow. I mean, how are you supposed to deal with learning? I mean, the horror of what would be happening would be bad enough, and then you're brought here, and then you just get that presentation. It's like you've been fed that you're about to go and work on humanity's last hope, and then he's like, well, guys, there's really no hope.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
What is left? Counselor guidelines. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. For debriefing after presentation 1, candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they have received. It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for severe mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicate acceptance. It is essential to stress that all other options for combating the Pharaoh plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly, but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements versus the swarm, Addendum B1, and unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures, Addenda C1, C2, C3, so that you can counter candidates' objections in depth. If a candidate asks for time alone to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so the candidate can be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Candidates should only be cleared to proceed to Presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are data corrupted.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the...
Whoops. I think I might have accidentally terminated playback on that one. My apologies, guys. Anyway, it looks like there are a couple of these little vents here. I don't know. That's the best thing I can... Vents / tunnels. I guess they were just for getting around those couple of guys, but it was just a couple of guys. It really wasn't a big deal. I don't know what all the hullabaloo was about. They really made a big deal over like 3 guys dropping in, which is very odd. You know, I was really expecting there to be a little bit more. I mean, I'm sure that there are going to be more dudes than that, but yeah, it was a little bit more.
O2 data intact. Initiating playback.
Oh, here we go.
Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
Jeez.
The whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life, for us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Well, maybe they didn't get that archive completely built, or it got annihilated. Because a lot of this stuff is definitely not operational or has been damaged. Make your selection. Okay, you are now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. Well, it's like, I guess, participation, we can see it there. Let me guess the other two. Participation, the other two would just be like, I guess you could be euthanized would be one of them, and then the other would be, I don't know what the other one would be, just like hanging out, not participating, but not being killed. I don't know what the other one would be, like neutrality. I'm not sure, but anyway, let's check it out. Participation. You will be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult and the project's outcome is uncertain. You will be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours a week, and your communications with family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family, or 2 persons of your choosing, will be transferred to the Elysium sealed habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. Indefinite detention. Okay, so this would be, I guess, kind of the neutral one. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every reasonable effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible, but you will not be permitted contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to the Pharaoh Plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. Medical euthanasia. The information you have just received is understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice if you have further questions. Wow. That's pretty heavy, guys. That is pretty freaking heavy. Another interview.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
I mean, you've really got to put an awful lot of faith into your technology, because I mean, you're going to be launching this project, right, with the understanding that everyone's going to be dead, and then you're just kind of gonna hope that all of these things work, all of this unproven tech, right? The Gaia is going to make all of these robots, right, and then hundreds of years or X amount of years in the future, we don't know, is going to have the planet habitable, terraformed again, and then be able to generate all of these humans again, and then have them kind of repopulate the Earth. So, you know, that is definitely a leap of faith.
If you're still nauseous.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this, but the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timor. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You grow old together with your loved ones in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry?
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Wow. I mean, they're giving a lot of these interviews, and I don't know. I kind of like that. I hope it's not too boring for any of you, especially if you've already played this, because but it is giving you a good representation of the different reactions that people are having to this information. You know, some people are just shocked. Some people are playing it cool, like, you know, they don't, or that one guy at least was playing it cool, like he didn't even care. You know, it was just another day for him. You know, some people are looking at it as a you know, an opportunity to redeem, you know, their past deeds or whatever, and you know, some people just straight up can't deal with it.
Is he to make sure I behave this time?
Security, for your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. This kind of blue skying, it's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What are you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
Wow. Yeah, that guy's definitely, well, having a rough time with it. Once again, understandably, all of those reactions, understandable. You know, it's really hard to say what you'd do in a situation like that because it's completely outside of the realm of anything that you'd... What the heck? Stranded shackles. I think that that's just one of those ancient artifacts, something that we can sell. What we got in here? Thought that this was the place we needed to go, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, yep. We have a waypoint. We have a waypoint. Can I get there? That's another question.
Intruder! Get her!
Whoa, Nelly.
Don't die now.
Gonna die. Going in hot and heavy. Okay, we took out 2 of those heavies. Oh, no, we didn't. That one's almost dead, though. Now let's get this one ready to just drop him. Oh, missed him. But you definitely do more damage when you are... I think when they don't know that you're attacking them. Because we definitely killed one of these dudes earlier on. I didn't want the fire starter. Just wanted to loot the dude.
Power's down.
Is there another route?
I've done this before. Just need my focus.
Ah. Okay. Let's take a quick look around. There's still so much. They're giving us so many of these data points, guys. Absolutely ridiculous.
No space.
Oh, was it a healing potion? Yeah, it's a healing potion.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are.
Here we go.
God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor.
Need to find the right
Palms up on it.
configuration.
I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural to be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one.
Check the door nearby.
Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate.
Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
That's an interesting guy. That is an interesting guy. Now, we can't interact with these. Interesting.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
How do we get up to that cable? Can we climb on? Huh. Interesting. It definitely looks like you can get up there, but I don't know how. I'm not seeing it. Ah, this must be what we're looking for, guys.
Found one. Looks intact.
Okay. Can we get off of this? Okay.
That should do the trick.
Nice.
Now let's get that door open.
Okay. Up. Left. Down, right, up. Down. Right, up. What? I thought that was right. Up. Left. Oh. It's upside down, guys. Is that right? Hold on. I think it's upside down, which means, hold on a second. Would you have to go from that end? No, I don't think you'd go from that. I think you'd still go from this end. So this is supposed to be down. Down, and then that would be left, and this would be up. Down, left, up, right, down.
That did it. Door should have power.
Man, that's weird.
To see what lies beyond it.
That is weird, guys. I definitely did not see that it was upside down when I first looked at it. That was very strange. Was this guy got a health tool? Oh, he's got 4. Gee whiz. All right, time to wreck these dudes.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
What if I just killed them?
It's up there. 2nd floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Oh, yeah. Wait, where'd they go? Tag, tag, tag. That's just 3. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Okay. That dude's dead. Uh-oh.
Can't hit anything with this.
Come on, show yourself, dude.
Night comes. Ah!
Eat it. Okay. That dude is wrecked. Yeah, they just keep hitting me with 3 dudes at one. Oh no, there's another guy. Guy up top. I can't see that guy.
A gift from the shadow.
That dude's dead. Still.
Your end has come.
Dead.
Bleed for the shadow.
Area inaccessible.
Dead.
Is non-operational. Stairwells have collapsed.
Missed. Ow.
That's the last of them.
H-lock structural failure. Repeat.
Or not.
Oh, shoot.
Me, brothers.
No problem. Oh, gosh.
Get down now. Farewell, fool.
Dead.
Fear the power of the shadow.
Oh, I'm just tanking it.
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Dude. Come on, man. I want them to come now that I've got this freaking gun. These things are awesome. I just want to search this guy. I just want to search the dude. Okay, let's drop the gun. And it always prioritizes the gun. Look at all this crap that these guys dropping. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's the lack of respect that hurts the most.
Never know when I might need these.
All right. Well, guys, we tore those dudes up. They had nothing on us. Okay. They had absolutely nothing on us. Simulation results. Let's have a look here. Okay, Margot Shen to Elizabeth Sobek. I have trouble saying Elizabeth. I always want to say Elizabeth. Sorry, guys. Wow, you weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional, they seem almost like, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind, as though she's already mourning their loss, and not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil record, to references to megafauna in some of her designs. So cool. Well, whatever Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. I just wish we could still be around in a century or two to see what she makes. Margot.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. You probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical at places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, the Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
Yeah, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Now,
I've seen these shapes before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
It could very well be that, you know, someone or something like, I don't know, the Hades. Could be a virus, something that was planted maliciously by, I don't know, someone else. Could be that one of these, I mean, it'd be weird, but, you know, one of the engineers here even, you know, was like super malicious or something like that, and like planted in some kind of a back door that, like, after 100 years or, you know, or after a certain period of time was, you know, just gonna wipe everybody out. I have no idea. Full steam ahead. Okay. Margot, if I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This, combined with your design for the AM Foundry Core, and the Foundry site selection plan, add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail: consult with Aomide Okilo before you finalize the silo inventories. Hephaestus's first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation code. So any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for in the inventory plan. Elizabeth. Okay. It definitely seems like they went out of their way to get competent people, and it does seem like the competent people that they're finding are you know, mostly women, which is I don't know. I mean, you might find that interesting. I don't know, one way or the other. We cannot scan that in there. That's maybe we can get around. Well, maybe we can scan it from here. No, we cannot scan through whatever that material is. Just some kind of a, I'm guessing it's some kind of a glass, but it's also got some kind of material in it. There's some kind of reinforcement, but I guess that reinforcement does block our ability to scan.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside. More Eclipse.
I am unconcerned. These guys are just not posing much of a threat. Now, that being said, whenever I get cocky, I get dead. But guys, I gotta admit, I'm a little bit cocky right now. a little bit on the cocky side. Can I shoot through this? I don't think I'm going to be able to get an arrow through there. I think it would just kind of bounce off the nothing. Wouldn't be able to thread the needle. Plus, they're not like seeing me, and I'm just running around up here. Okay, so let's just go down here and slaughter these dudes.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world, ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
Did they say gamified way of learning? That seems very interesting. A very interesting way to do it. So it's not just like, a library repository where you go in and you're just like, well, I want to learn about X, apparently there's just, they level up their learning or something like that. That's a very interesting way to do it. You can't just go in there and try to figure something out, however you want to do it. You've got to, apparently they, unless I'm misunderstanding it, which, I could be, they definitely, have a very structured way that they want future humanity to learn whatever it is, all of the stuff that they are, putting into this repository of knowledge. Encapsulated DNA. And the winner is Encapsulated DNA. This is from Samina Ebaji, the person I think that was just talking, to Elizabeth Sobek. The winner is Encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of the data storage solutions, magnetic, optical, quantum, even that eternity tech that FAS was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings: too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure, past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 plus zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at negative 18 Celsius for 1,000 plus years. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life as the hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time, peace be with you, Samina. Well, that is interesting. And this is Editor Blave, interrupting gameplay Blave. Guys, I am noting the time for this one, and it looks to me like this one is running on a little bit too long. And after I recorded all the footage for this one, I was gonna keep it going because I really don't like splitting it into 2 parts, but this one ended up being like a decent bit over 2 hours long, and I was like, that's just getting into the territory of completely ridiculous. So guys, I have cut it up here, so what we're gonna do is end it right here. And I know that, I mean, there just really wasn't a very great place to stop it here, but I think that this is going to be just about as good as we can do. So as always, thanks so much for watching, and we're going to be picking up right here next time.